Hey guys, the Escalator Magic here, and good news! Commander Legends previews are about to begin. Oh boy, they totally haven't already begun. But anyway, Mark's back at it again on his god-awful blog with Commander Legends, the teaser edition. It's where he does like, oh, there's gonna be something with 5 creature types. Rawr. And honestly, the first one he did was like kind of fun. Like, I kind of appreciated it. The second one, it was fun, except I was like, why the hell would you do that? What is wrong with you? And this one, it doesn't affect standard, so I don't give a flying, oh crap, it's still the first 30 seconds of the video and YouTube watches that really carefully. So this should just be interesting, honestly. I think it's kind of cool that he does this, to be honest. So he says, Commander Legends previews are about to begin, which means it's time for another Morrow teaser. For those that don't know how this works, I'm going to tell you incomplete information about some cards in Commander Legends. Everything I'm telling you is true, but I'm purposely not telling you everything. And yeah, some of these are kind of misleading. He's purposely telling you like half the truth, like, here, this is terrible, and then there's like something to offset it or something, or it's like not as bad as it sounds. Or like the last one, it's twice as bad as it sounds. So we've got a card that lists 14 creature abilities. I'm about to say, what are creature abilities? Like, I feel like I should know this. I know what creatures are, I know what abilities are, but what do they mean by creature abilities? Like evergreen keywords that go on creatures? Like, do they mean like combat abilities? Like First Strike and Lifelink? And to get to 14, that would basically be, that one card was, it's Mirror something, Myriad, Mirrodin, Myriarch, that's what it is. Where it was like, for every one in play that has Double Strike, you have Double Strike, and the same is true for First Strike, Lifelink, Death Touch, whatever. But it usually stops short. It's like the core, like 7 or 8. If they go to the full-blown 14, where it's like, you know, every keyword ever invented, okay, not quite. That would actually be kind of cool, and I kind of appreciate cards like that, and they're perfect for Commander. They're classic Commander. But that's if what I'm assuming creature abilities are, I don't know, have I just never heard that term before? Am I just dumb today? Then we've got a card that returns 3 different card types from the graveyard to the battlefield, and not a combination we've ever done before. Great. So, I mean, they said card type, which implies super type. I mean, it could be card type subtype, like as in creature type, but I feel like he would have said creature type. So I think it'll be like enchantment, creature, and planeswalker, maybe? I don't know. What haven't they done yet? A lot? I don't know. So next up, a card that basically turns one evergreen keyword action into another evergreen keyword action. I know what evergreen keywords are. What the hell is an evergreen keyword action? He must be meaning like prowess, where it's like, yeah, it's evergreen. It's really an action, but they're going to call it a keyword action, even though it's, well, I guess a titled activated ability. As soon as you slap a title on it, I guess it's, okay, that makes sense. I bet it's like pay more to get a better version of the spell on the stack, and then once it's in play, you get the same thing, but it becomes like not. It's like something else. Like it becomes prowess, basically. That's my guess. Next up, we've got a card that temporarily steals a creature from a new place. Okay, well, so probably not the graveyard. There's probably something that does that. Exile? Maybe? That's just silly. You know what? My official guess is the stack. Where basically it'll be like intercept or something, and then you like grab it off the stack and cast it for yourself. And by the way, I really didn't look very close at the leaks that already happened with this set, so I could be like guessing at something that we already know about. In all likelihood, I will sometime in this video. But I heard a rumor Wizards is sending out DMCAs for that crap, or at least they were on day 1 and 2, so I'm not touching it. What a bunch of Streisand effect dumbasses. Seriously, do they really think they can hide something once it's already public on the internet? So next up, a card that's stronger the fewer colors in your commander's color identity. There we go, some mono boosting. Get some mono support, universal mono support. Now we're talking. Next up, multiple legendary creatures of siblings of previous legendary creatures. It's those people who look like members of Wham from Battle Bond, isn't it? Next up, a card that grants certain kinds of protection based on what permanents you have on the battlefield. It would be kind of cool if it was like protection from one of everything that you have at least one of in play. Next up, a card that references both beginning phase and post-combat main phase. Who cares? It's probably an oddly timed flicker. Anyway, next up we got a legendary creature that shares 4 of the 5 words in its name with 3 other legendary creatures. Well, yeah, it would just be like first name, middle name, or nickname, last name, and then and then something, and it's probably a goblin. It's probably not that. I think I actually have an idea of what it is. But anyway, next up we got a creature with 4 words of rules text and 52 words of reminder text. So, let's see, what would that be? Bands with other potatoes. Yeah, you need a short novel to describe how that works. So that's probably what it is. Next up it says, here are some rules text you can expect to see on cards in Commander Legends. So this is like the lightning round. Damage doesn't cause you to lose life. I bet its commander damage doesn't cause you to lose life. Instead, you gain, I don't know, infect counters. I kind of doubt it. You would literally just die faster. That wouldn't even benefit you, but it'll be something like that. Next up, any number of auras and equipment you control. I mean, kind of nice. Probably like a bring back to hand thing or something. Next up, except for commanders. I mean, yeah, that's probably in there. Yeah, we would have assumed. Next up, where X is the number of attacking creatures with flying. Okay, everybody loves a good flyer deck. Whenever a token you control leaves the battlefield. Okay, so tokens specifically. These are like, they're narrow cards, but that's the thing. People will be like, oh, that's so specific, but it works with my deck. So because of that, I have to have it. Don't fall for that. Make sure it's actually a good card. Next up, let's see, what do we got? Whenever one or more pirates you control, fantastic. Deal damage to your opponents. Nice. Next up, commanders you control have. So commanders, plural. And they said they're bringing back partners or whatever. Or like, I don't know, Mark hinted at it in a way that we're like, okay, so that's getting done. Next up, we'll have a card that says X is the number of artifacts you control plus the number of artifact cards in your graveyard. Okay. Artifact Affinity is already one of the most hated mechanics in the game. Might as well make it even worse by including the graveyard. Next up, choose at random from among your opponents. That's always fun. Because if it's, not multiplayer, well, you know who it's going to be. Otherwise, they can't fault you for going after someone. Then we've got you and permanents you control have protection from Salamanders. Fantastic. Very relevant. I bet you give your opponent like 3 salamander tokens and then you get something giant, and then you're just making sure that, like, yeah, they might be able to block 3 times with it or whatever, but then they can't like come after you. And finally, here are some creature type lines that will appear for the first time in Commander Legends. Legendary, well, they all start with the phrase legendary creature, so I'll just read them. Horse, elemental lizard. I feel like there was a legendary horse. It was the life gain one, wasn't it? I'm going to look that up. Oh my gosh, Crested Sunmare was not legendary. Okay then. That's going to be a partners with one. Like it'll be some knight or whatever that he partners with his horse. So Elemental Lizard, Spirit Pirate, fantastic. Elephant Warrior, can never have too many of those. Chimera, love them. Naga Druid, okay, if they want to double down on them pretending that Naga were in the right country historical themed set or whatever. They put Nagas in Egypt. They weren't in Egypt. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Turtle Shaman. All right. Ninja Turtle. Gotcha. Just kidding. It would obviously be the turtle from the Neverending Story. They're going to have, I guess, the first legendary creature, Imp, which is kind of funny because imps aren't that powerful, but now this one's legendary. Fairy Knight and Rabbit Wizard. Hell yes. Come on. I heard a rumor, this is a potential leak, I don't know if it's true or not, that the Rabbit Wizard can pull a human out of his hat. So anyway, that's it for the teasers. I thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, it's almost more interesting when I care about the set and it's relevant to what I play. But, it gets your brain going. I really want to see the Rabbit Wizard. That sounds awesome. 52 words of rules text, sure. I got to see that. That should be interesting. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of like these teasers. They're interesting. They get you thinking, get you wondering, kind of gets you hyped up for spoiler season, which starts Monday, October 26th. So, I'll be covering that. Definitely hit sub if you don't want to miss it. And I'm going to go try to edit this without falling asleep and then absolutely faceplant my pillow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my dreams. That's creepy.